You should sit down.
Oh, some over there.
Well, do you want to know what Calaca means in Spanish? Calaca? This place is called Cafe Calaca.
I speak Spanish.
Really? It means cafe skeleton. And that's why there's all these skeletons.
Josephine.
Alright. Have you noticed how none of our friends are here? They're all going to be up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
The after party's where it's at.
Alright, thank you guys so much for coming. This is a great turnout and I love y'all and I'm really glad you're here. So yeah, let's get things started. This is Alex. One of my best friends, and we've been, kind of practicing this interview. And, I'm excited to share what you guys want to hear. So, yeah.
You should tell them where we met.
Oh, we met at this beautiful bar in Flatbush called Midwood Flats. It does karaoke every Sunday. This guy DJs it, and it's such a fun time. Come through. It's 9 p.m. every Sunday. But, yeah, that's his little...
Yes.
What's it called?
Bio.
His little advertisement. Okay.
But no, yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you all so much for coming. I love Cook so much. They're an incredible artist, and I can't wait to hear what they have to say. So let's start off with how are you doing right now?
It's fun. I love seeing y'all here. I've also noticed that none of my other friends are here. This is coworkers and friends. But that doesn't make it any worse or anything. I'm really glad to be here with you guys. But if you are coming to the after party, which is going to be really nice, there's probably going to be more of my friends coming through. I'd love to. It's at my house. It's a block, 2 blocks away. It's going to be fun, and we're going to have some spirits. It's mostly BYOB, but that's the situation.
Yes, cool. We're really excited for that. But we're here to talk about the art.
All right.
So, can you tell us a little bit more of your beginnings? Where are you from? Are you from New York or?
It's funny. So we started in Detroit. Just kind of the area of Detroit where we would hang out in the basement during New Year's and 4th of July, and we would just make it like a movie thing, so the kids had no idea, right? We were there until I was 7. We moved to New York around 2007. I started going to school at the Brooklyn Waldorf School. Woo! Yeah. And it was a lovely time. We moved back to Michigan around 2012. Lots of different spaces in Michigan, mostly around Ann Arbor. And we moved back here around 2023. It's just, me and my lovely mother, who you all adore. So yeah, we've been having a good time ever since. We've been really appreciate working at the Brooklyn Waldorf School and just being part of the community.
That's awesome. Cool. So back to your art. I think what really stands out to me, it's not typical. You think you see art, especially visual art hanging on a wall. It's on cardboard.
Yes, it is.
So tell me a little bit more of what attracts you to that medium.
So this show is called The Magic of Malleability, which is, explaining how malleable cardboard is and how useful it is as a medium. It's interesting because it's not 2D, it is 3D, but you can play with the 2D elements of it. It is flat, and there's lots of, it's paper, it's rich stuff, and then it's paper, and it's very, it has structure. When you work with canvas, it might have the structure of the wood, but if you puncture that canvas, it flaps in the wind. It has no substance to it. So with cardboard, not only can you paint on it, you can sew into it, you can stab holes in it. There's a lot of different ways you can interact with it as a 3D and 2D medium.
Wow, super cool. So what kind of what inspired you to do some of the works today? So I see it's all a mixed media. So what objects around you have you thought about incorporating into your art?
Well, it's funny. I've been sewing into cardboard for a little bit. I kind of started sewing into paper in college as a joke, but then I realized how useful it could be, how interesting it is. So sewing into just something thick and satisfying was really interesting. And when I was 14, up to that point, I've been painting on paper. I also put this in the bio, so I'm sorry if you're hearing this again. But I was really upset. I had a piece of cardboard near me. We always had, the recycling bin. There's a lot of found objects. There's a lot of beautiful options in there. Cardboard near me, I had a pencil. I just started stabbing the thing, And then I realized I can work with it. I painted this field of poppies around it with the stab holes as the center, and just kind of displaying it, but at the same time beautifying it. So kind of playing with both the 2D and the 3D again, just the painting and the holes, the result.
Cool. Wow, yeah, I really like a lot of your pieces that you put
We should project, shall we?
Yeah,
we shall project.
Sorry,
There's people in the back.
I really like the pieces that you put cutouts, magazine cutouts. Where do those come from?
Possibly hide the ears of your children, but I bought a couple of vintage Playboys at this comic book store in Chicago, and thankfully I didn't use any of the racier material tonight. It's a public space, but occasionally I do. So I found a little picture of Bob Seger. I'm like, I have to have this somewhere. I put some martini glasses. That piece is called Tough of Glass. That's memorable because it has that kind of jutting out in the green thread. But just kind of taking pieces from here and there. I did have a very old National Geographic, but it felt like sacrilege to touch it almost. I didn't want to mess with anything. And I have been mostly working with blocks because I haven't been using an X-Acto knife for a very long time. So still getting used to the scissors and learning how to work with them instead of being very exact and not exact enough and then exact again,
Very cool. X-Acto. Yes, so do you want to talk a little bit about the tape part of it?
Oh, yes. So again, art school, SAIC, lovely school. When we learn about these things, and sometimes kids or people will want to make structures that hang from the ceiling, and they will use a fishing line. They're like, oh, this is transparent, it's not going to disturb the work. That's not true. It does add to the work, it does subtract the work. It adds something new that possibly they didn't want to infer. Now, when I first put up these pieces, I used magnets. I kind of dug in a little bit, but things were kind of flying in the wind. People were moving things around because you're at a coffee shop, you're in line, you accidentally bump the wall. So I tried using tape instead. It wasn't very effective either, but there's still pieces of art on the wall, so I'm thankful for that. So yeah, it was, they definitely add to the piece in a way that personally I'm not a big fan of, but I'm not really allowed to not be a big fan of it because it's art, it exists, and I just have to learn how to deal with it,
Cool, yeah, exactly. When we display art, it's not always just the piece itself, but it also is part of the environment that it's in. So having your stuff in this coffee shop in this narrow hallway, it kind of gives it a different impression. So which brings me to say, what is your relationship with this cafe?
I love it here. When I used to go to the Brooklyn Waldorf School in 2012, we had just moved into this new location, right? We used to be in Fort Greene, and that was a whole experience in itself. And I was in 8th grade. I was with my buddies, and we would go to this place back when it was called, what was it? The Daily Press. It was called the Daily Press. And we'd have a good time. The backyard was larger then. That fire escape, that ladder went all the way down. And my friend Flora, she would try to find heart-shaped rocks on the ground, and she would put them on that. It was her little collection. And then I moved back to Michigan. I had learned that one of my classmates' younger brothers was here with my friends, and he found a sledgehammer and he started waving it around, so they were banned. But I wasn't. So I came back here 2016 to spend Thanksgiving with the wonderful Christina, and we love the Blades, right? So Christina Blades, and I had the worst, I don't know if it was bronchitis. I was just completely out of my head for a long time. We went to urgent care, we got everything done. But afterwards we came here, we bought some Daily Press shirts. You know, and then we moved away, we came back. I found it to be Cafe Calaca, and I've been attached to it since I was a child, and I feel comfortable here. And I've met the staff, we're all good friends, you know, Instagram, all that. And so I just felt like familiarity here. I felt comfort, I felt my childhood again, and I felt like I could trust this place. So I'm very glad to have my art in such a place. No, don't.
Okay, cool.
Or you can. Listen, this is an interview, things happen. I am open to answering your questions because I trust you, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Uh-huh,
Well,
100%.
on my way here, Cook was saying like some of their pieces were missing.
Yeah. So I don't want this to reflect badly on Cafe Calaca because they are first and foremost a cafe. They do display art here, but they are not a gallery. They don't have like gallery training or anything like that. So, you know, even with the magnets, even with the scotch tape, people will bump into walls, things will fly away. And honestly, I'm just glad that some of my art is here, and I know that the rest of them will pop up. I'm just appreciative of the fact that most of them are here.
Yeah.
And you know, instead of the Louvre 7-minute, we have the Cook Crawford 7-day
7 day.
kind of floating
The
around.
7-day heist.
The 7-day heist.
No, but I think it does speak a lot to like the ephemerality of art.
Yes, you know, it's here, it's there,
Yeah.
it's nowhere.
Do you want to describe some of the pieces that we didn't get to see tonight?
So I will have all these pieces up on my Instagram after the show because, you know, I want to motivate people to come to the show and see it for themselves. The pieces in question, there was a larger cardboard piece. There was a smaller cardboard piece. I sewed them together with purple string. There was a small piece of cardboard, and I kind of, you know, it's a cat. I traced it, I did some funky stuff with it, and then I remembered Louis Wayne and everything he did, so I'm like, oh, I just pulled a Louis Wayne. And you know, I sewed that back in, and you know, back to the Playboy, back to finding stuff. There was this photo of one of my favorite singers, again, Meatloaf. And Meatloaf! Paradise. Anyway, there's this photo of him, like, kissing this unsuspecting woman, and I thought it was, I mean, it's not funny, but it's entertaining. And so, you know, I cut that up, put that there, and some other colorful paint, but it was mostly just kind of bare cardboard. I really enjoyed the part where it was just cardboard attached to cardboard. There was no cutout. There was just an adding of the layer, and I thought that was very interesting. And then the other piece, Disco Doris, I think it's called, was very large. It poked out a lot, so I'm not surprised that, you know, it fell over. But the sides of it had purple thread sewing through. You might have seen me sewing that at the front desk a while ago. And I had taken some photos. A lot of these pieces are based on reference photos, which is something really new to me. And I really enjoy it, and I want to go forward with that. Usually I just do kind of abstract vibes, but I enjoy having just like a little bit of structure to hang on to. So I was at Doris, I was trying to like suss it out for an after party, and I decided not to. But they had some beautiful lights. I had a photo where I accidentally like jostled it, and it had some motion. So I kind of used that as inspiration, and I had this like kind of lavender background, and then whites and reds in this position. So those are the two pieces that you know, aren't here anymore.
Make
but
sure
I'm
to
glad
check it
to
out on their
describe them.
Instagram.
Yeah.
It'll be up there.
Allison, what time is it?
7:44.
Oh, we have 1 minute.
One more question.
That's gonna go to 7.
What is,
Why are you so sly?
Keep going, keep going.
what advice would you give to someone that wants to start making art and like, you know, kind of, you know,
Just-
put their art out there?
Baby girl, just do it. Just do it. Nike swoosh. Just do it. Do you have acrylic paint? Do you have something that's kind of cracked and old? Just do it. Do you have like a pencil? Do you have like a cup of like a plastic orange juice receptacle? Just do it. If you
Don't need canvas.
don't need canvas, don't need cardboard, really. If you have inspiration and you don't even need inspiration. If you have something in your hand and something in your other hand, just do it, you know? So that's kind of my advice to aspiring artists. But also with shows, that's where it's really hard. That's where you just have to look out. You have to maybe ask questions around your friends. You have to go online and figure out what's close to you. Open calls are your best friend. Sometimes it might cost a little much. And that's maybe what you do when you're more advanced. That's maybe what you do when you have a job. But just try to figure out the little creases. Try to figure out where do you like to hang out and what do they do and how can I make this happen. Figure out your friends. Maybe you can have a home gallery. Maybe you can have a show at your friend's house. And whatever you do, you know, it's going to be great. And people are going to be there to support you, like all of you here today, despite my art making. And I just, you know, I appreciate the support. And I know that all of you, if you create, you will get the same support because I will be there and I will be there. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Of course. I appreciate y'all coming.
Yes, thank all of you. Thank you so much.
Now, we're going to be here. We're going to be hanging out. This wonderful party ends at 8 p.m. But there's an after party about 2 blocks away at my house. If you are unsure of the address, please text me, DM me, any way you can contact me. I'll let you know where it is. Usually the front outside door is open, even though it shouldn't be. And we're gonna have chili. We got like some entertainment. We got some crackers. We got, you know, it's gonna be a fun time.
Period.
So yeah, come through. It's gonna be a great time. Thank you so much for coming. And
Thank you.
I think Josephine, Hetty, and I are gonna sing a little song up there
Oh, yeah.
before we all leave. So thank you so much.
Thank you.